Um, and this is just to give you an opportunity to rest. So a lot of times when we go to yoga, it's to see results. It's result oriented. It's a little high intensity. We want to see ourselves sweat. We want to see ourselves grow in our practice. And this is an opportunity for you to just embrace where you are in your practice, embrace your body, feel good, and allow yourself to rest in some of the poses that we will hold. Does anybody have any questions or special requests for the body that they would like to experience? I'm really big on hip openers. So if there's anything else that you want me to incorporate, let me know. Okay, amazing. So what we'll do is ground down, drop into a little bit of a meditation. We'll start flowing. And then after that, I will play my sound bowls over here and I'll put you into hopefully a deep sleep. So you'll feel rested, you'll feel restored after this. And Armani, yes, you can cue the music. Thank you so much, Armani. I do not know what I would do without you. She's taking care of us. Okay. So let's go ahead and find a comfortable position to start and loaded for your toes. Indian style first. Can you also hear me over the music? All right. So first, just start to press your body and your head up. Think up ground down. Feel yourself connect. Start to drop your feet down. As you're pressing and dropping your feet down, start to lengthen your spine. Palm spine, maybe bring your chest forward, soften your shoulders, up towards your head. And gently sigh something out. Nice. This time, inhale even bigger, expand your rib cage and your belly. And pull your navel even through your spine to exhale. More of those, even bigger. And contract, release. Now go ahead and close your eyes. Bring your palms to the top of your knees, palms facing up. Your palms are open. You're ready to receive. Saying yes to this experience, yes to whatever is for you throughout this experience. Continue to soften your shoulders, relax your neck, soften your jaws, your heart. Really find that long, strong, grounded posture that feels right across the shoulders. Noticing your breathing, nice and easy, even on the inhale and even on the exhale. And see what it feels like to make your breath even more smooth, really gradual, really circular. So as you come in, go ahead and release out. In, out. Something to see.
Hey, Jazz, it's a little hard to hear on my end. I don't know who else has that experience as well.
Is it over the music that's the issue?
It might be the distance.
Okay.
Or do you have earphones maybe?
No.
Okay. Okay.
I'll speak up. Okay. So as you are softening your breath, begin slowly start to give yourself permission. Start to have a little conversation inside of your own head, your own body. Give yourself permission to rest. Release any expectations. This is not to be challenging. This is not to be hard. This is not to push past your edge. This is to sit right where you are to find rest, to be comfortable where you are in each posture throughout your practice. And just having that conversation with yourself can just alleviate anything that you were holding on to. Just sit for a few moments without that extra added weight, without the pressure, without any expectations, and just accepting yourself right where you are. Okay. We'll gently and slowly start to soften the gaze. Start to open your eyes, look ahead to the space. Okay. So we're going to take another inhale, this time bringing both palms above your head. Interlacing your fingers, you're going to flip your palms up. Take another inhale here. On your exhale, lean over to your right side. And gently coming back up to center. On your next exhale, leaning over to your left. And gently coming up to center. Go ahead and release your palms. We're going to start with circles coming clockwise with the head. Finding length from your shoulders to your ears. Bringing your chin deep into your chest, exposing and opening up your throat and your chest. And we're going for a really deep stretch. So take your time, move as slowly as you need to, and explore what it feels like to stretch a little bit deeper. Maybe bring your chin up towards the sky once your head is rolled back. Slowly change directions. We're coming counterclockwise. And gently coming back up to a neutral space. Take the shoulders up and back, bringing your shoulder blades together. Dropping your shoulders as low as you can. And then forward, up and forward. Gonna release your right forearm onto your mat and extend and lengthen over with the left. And gently release. Left forearm comes to the mat, extend and lengthen through the right fingertips, twisting open towards that right armpit, and gently release. Gonna bring both of your palms towards the top of the mat. We're gonna start in child's pose. So as you're positioning yourself, bring your big toes together to touch, and then knees are mat distance apart. Nothing too strenuous. Slowly start to come down to your forearms. So just giving yourself an opportunity to sit down and sink and connect with gravity before we start stretching out. And just let this be easy. Let it feel like rest. Take a few inhales here on your own. And you have the option to stay in this position if this feels good. If you do want a little bit more, go ahead and extend both of your palms out towards the top of the mat. And allow yourself to surrender to this posture. As you're lengthening out towards your fingertips through your shoulders, let your forehead melt into the mat. Let your chest sink in a little bit deeper. And soften your hips a little bit more. You're gonna slowly walk your palms over to the right side of your mat. Maybe a little bit past the mat. And find a long stretch from your left hip to your left fingertips. Start to soften your forehead back down to the mat. Soften and release that right hip. Dropping into your breath, deep expansion on your inhale. Pull your navel deep into your spine on your exhale. Slowly walk your palms all the way over to the left side. Go ahead and lower your forehead, soften. Lengthen from your right hip to your right fingertips, soften the left hip. Breathing through. Slowly walking your palms back towards the center. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Activate your core. Coming up into a tabletop. Stacking your shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees, toes are tucked. Spread your fingers wide, grip down, engage, press deep into your palms, rotate the eyes of your elbows forward. Lengthen through the shoulders. Take your first inhale, coming in for cow. Arching the back, lifting the chin and the chest. Exhale, bring the navel deep into your spine, curling your back. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Bring your spine into a neutral space. We're extending the left leg out behind. Left foot is flexed. Right palm extends out towards the top of the mat. Lengthen from your right fingertips all the way down to your left heel. Take a deep inhale here. Press into your right palm. On the exhale, bring your knee to touch your elbow, rounding the spine. Inhale, lengthen out and extend. Engage your glutes, really level up that left heel. On your exhale, coming into your tiger curl. Inhale, lengthen out and expand. Exhale, contract and hold. Inhale, lengthen out and expand. Now we're gonna put a bend in the left knee. Reach around the right side of your body for the top of your foot. Take a deep inhale here. On your exhale, slowly press your foot into your palm, lengthening your toes up towards the sky, opening up your shoulders. Keep pressing strong through that left palm, lengthen up through your chest. One more inhale. Exhale, gently release. Take another deep inhale here. Just recalibrating, feeling the difference between your right, left shoulder. Extending your right foot out behind you. Keep the foot flexed. Left fingertips extend out towards the top of the mat. Stretch as deep as you can. Really kick through your right heel, activate your glute, and then stretch all the way through your left fingertips. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, pressing through the right palm. Bring your knee to touch your left elbow. Inhale, lengthen and expand. Exhale, release and contract. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract. Holding here, really engaging your core, pull your navel in. Inhale, release, open up. Put a bend in the right knee, reach around the left side of the body for the top of your right foot. Take a deep inhale, press through your right palm. Exhale, push your foot into your palm. Lengthen up, toes come up 2 more inches. Open up the chest, looking straight ahead, 1 more inhale. Exhale, gently release, returning to tabletop. Gonna bring the toes together to touch. Sit the hips all the way back. Return to child's pose. Take a deep inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose. Keep your lips tight, constrict the back of your throat just a little bit. Inhale, expand. And release. Gonna slowly come up onto the forearms. Stack your hips over your knees. Bring your knees about hip distance apart. So knees are a little closer together. Toes are tucked. Take a deep inhale here. On your exhale, press your hips high, coming into dolphin. See if you can walk your toes a little bit closer. Stack your hips over your shoulders a little bit more. Deep inhale. Exhale, melt your heels deep. Press through your shoulders. And gently lower your knees. Get a leap in both of your fingertips out towards the top of the mat. Coming into puppy pose. Deep inhale here. Exhale, melt your chest as deep as you can into the mat. Few more breaths. Gonna slightly press your weight into your palms. Take your right palm, spread it underneath the left armpit. Right shoulder, right ear meet the mat. As you're pressing into your left palm, keep lengthening through those shoulders. See if you can twist and look underneath your left armpit just a little bit more. Really connecting your right ear and your right shoulder deep into the mat. Finding that twist in your spine, soften your lower back, soften your glutes and your thighs. Relax, rest. Gently pressing into your left palm. Extend your right palm out. We're switching sides. Left palm threads underneath the right armpit. Left ear and left shoulder meet the mat. Twist open, look underneath that right armpit just a little bit more. Deep breathing. Soften your lower back, twist in the spine. Make sure your hips are squared. Keep pressing into that right palm. And gently press your way up into tabletop. Preparing for downward facing dog. Tuck the toes. Now, before we do that, let's rotate the hips just a little bit. Untuck your toes and send your knees back about 4 inches. We're gonna rotate the hips coming clockwise. So shifting your hips forward and coming all the way around. Drop your hips as low as you feel comfortable. And just surrendering to your body. Let your body flow and move as much as it wants to. Let this rotation be as deep or as shallow as we feel comfortable. This should be easy and it should feel really good. Gentle on the lower back. And the next time you come up towards the top, send your hips the opposite direction. Come counterclockwise. And the next time your hips sit back, go ahead and roll up into the tabletop. Tuck your toes. Preparing for downward facing deep inhale here. Lock in with your fingers. Press deep into your palms. Exhale, send the hips high. So getting comfortable in this position, downward facing dog is actually considered a resting pose in a practice. And a lot of people don't agree with that. So some ways to find it to be a resting pose is to find out what's the most comfortable distance between your palms and your hands. A wider base is a little bit more comfortable. It requires less from your shoulders and your core. Press deep into your palms. Bring your chest towards your upper thighs and melt your heels deep into the mat. Take a deep inhale here. And gently release. Start to walk your palms towards your toes, coming to the back of the mat. Feet are hip distance apart. So extending your fingers out towards the mat, tips of the fingers come to the outer edges of the mat. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, put a bend in your left knee, twist open with the right fingertips. As you're pressing into your left fingertips, lengthen up towards your right fingers. Twist open just a little bit more. Press deep into your right heel, send your tailbone up even higher, and then press your chest forward. You should really feel your right hamstring talk to you a little bit. You have the option to find the bind with your right hand. So take that right hand, this is optional. Bring it around your lower back. See if you can touch the inner thigh, the inner left thigh, or somewhere in that crease, or maybe just here around the lower back. Wherever you are is perfectly fine. And then take that right shoulder, bring it back even further. Bring your shoulder blades together and touch the back. Take another inhale. And gently release. Lengthen your left knee. Put a bend in your right knee. Twist open, left fingertips come up. Pressing deep into your left heel, send your tailbone up high. Press your chest towards the mat. Twist open towards the left just a little bit more. Lengthen through your shoulder. Option to reach behind and find bind. If you reach behind, take that left shoulder, bring it up and back. Twist open even more. Shoulder blades are coming together behind you. One more inhale. And gently release. Forward fold. We're putting a bend in both knees, just a little bit. Soften your lower back. Release your spine. Soften your neck. Drop your head. Come into ragdoll. Option to let your hands hang heavy or to grab onto opposite elbows. See if you can soften your shoulders just a little bit more. Maybe rock yourself side to side, shake yourself out a little bit like a ragdoll. Just really feel as loose and relaxed as possible. The top half of the body is always natural. Even if we're sitting down, we're always putting pressure on the neck, the shoulders. So really surrender the top half of your body and let it feel as loose as possible. Take one more inhale in this position. Gently sigh something out. Gonna take both palms, reach around and interlace your fingers behind your back. Bring your shoulder blades together to touch, open up your chest, and then bring those palms over your head. Continue to soften your neck, surrender your head, slight bend in the knees, pressing through your heels. See what it feels like to let your palms fall a little bit more. Deep inhale. And gently release your hands. Walking your palms onto the mat, back up towards the top of the mat. Inhale, right heel comes up towards the sky. Put a bend in your right knee. Stack your right hip over your left. Stretching out that right side, coming in a scorpion. So your right foot, imagine if you could touch the back of your head. That's how much you want to open up that right hip. Keep your chest pressed towards your left thigh. Keep your left heel connected to the mat. Take another inhale, stretch up a little bit more. Exhale, gently release the right foot. Inhale, left heel comes up. Exhale, put a bend in the left knee, stack the left hip over the right, twisting open. Keep pressing into your palms, lengthen through your shoulders. Keep that same energy in that right heel. Stay connected to your mat. One more inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, gently release. Gonna slowly lower your knees towards the ground. We're coming back into child's pose, but this time we're gonna create more space between the big toes. So maybe about 4 inches between the big toes, and then open up your knees to meet the outer edges of the mat. So we're just gonna stretch through a different area of the hips. Slowly start to lower down, coming onto the forearms. Softening, waking up a new area of your hips, allowing yourself to sit, release, relax. Once it starts to feel good, option 2, extend your fingertips toward the top of your mat. So tapping back into that deep breath that we tapped into earlier, it's called the Ujjayi breath. So in through the nose, out through your nose. You're keeping your lips closed and you're restricting your throat just a little bit so it has that sound like this. And on each exhale, pull your navel deep into your spine and take an opportunity to sit your hips a little bit lower. So think of your exhale as an opportunity to release, to relax, to soften something in your hip area. On your next exhale, we're gently rolling up, pressing our way up into downward facing. And take your time, pedal your feet out, switch your hips. Okay. We're gonna step or walk towards the top of the mat. Feet are hip distance apart. Ground down into your heels, roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Take your time, let your head and your hands be the last things to come up. Deep inhale, both palms above the head, lengthen up towards the sky. Ground down into your heels, lengthen up, stretch up towards your fingertips. Slight back bend at the top, just a little bit. On your exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. We're pressing deep into the heels, sending the tailbone up towards the sky. Keeping a flat back, press your chest towards the mat. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale, release your palms, stepping down one foot at a time, high plank. Gonna spread your right fingertips really wide, ground down into your right palm, spin your weight onto the outside of your right foot. Side plank, lengthen through the left fingertips. Deep inhale here. Exhale, return to high plank. So you're gonna keep your elbows really tight and connected to your body. Come down to a 90-degree angle, chaturanga. Gently untuck your toes, coming into a baby cobra. So dropping your hips to the mat, slightly pressing into your palms, gently open up your chest, relax your glutes. Deep inhale here. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips high, downward facing dog. Walk or step towards the top of your mat. Ground down into your heels, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Take your time here. Inhale, both palms above the head, Tadasana, lengthen up, and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back one foot at a time, hold in that high plank. Shift your weight into your left palm, spin onto the outside of your left foot. Extend your right fingertips up. Pressing strong into that left palm, lengthen up towards your right fingertips, send your right hip up one more inch, release the right palm. Slowly lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, relax your hips, press into your palms, open up your chest. And exhale, send your hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, right heel comes high. Exhale, right knee taps the right elbow. Shift your shoulders over your wrist. Inhale, lengthen back up. Exhale, right knee comes to the left elbow. Inhale, lengthen back up. Exhale, right knee comes to the navel. Hold in here. Go ahead and lower your right knee into the mat, coming into half pigeon. Finding that your hips are squared, bring the left hip forward, right hip is sitting back. Press deep into your palms, lengthen up, open your chest, rise up through your crown. Gently exhale, coming down to your forearms. We're gonna stay in this position for a little bit, and you have the option to reach out and extend your palms if you want to. If it feels good for your practice of rest today, you can stay right here. So no need to push yourself to the limit to prove to yourself that you can lengthen your hands out. Just be gentle, whatever feels good. And so again, dropping down into that Ujjayi breath, in through the nose, out through the back of the throat and the nose, pulling your navel deep into your spine and softening your hip, releasing every time you exhale. Just continuing to ask yourself the question, is there anything else that I am ready to let go of? Is there anything else that will allow me to connect more to the earth? And take your final inhale here. On your exhale, slowly start to come up to your palms. Tuck your left toes. Ground down into your palms. Lift your hips high. Slowly returning to downward facing. Pedal your knees out. Pedal your feet out. Inhale, left toe comes up. Exhale, left knee meets the left elbow. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, left knee meets the right elbow. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, left knee meets your navel, hold here. Exhale, send the knee all the way through, coming in for half pigeon. Find your right hip coming forward, left hip is sitting back. Press deep into your palms, lengthen up towards your crown, open up your chest. On your exhale, coming forward onto your forearms. And also giving yourself permission to do something different on a different side. One hip may be feeling it today, one hip might not. And that's okay. Continuing to soften, use your breath work, use your tools. On your next exhale, slowly start to press up into your palms. Tucking your right toes. Send your hips high, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here, lengthen through your shoulders. Deepening your posture with each exhale. Gonna take the right palm, reach around the outside of the left ankle. Ground down into your left heel, twist. Allow yourself to look underneath that left armpit, but keep pressing deep. Feel strong in your left shoulder and your left palm. One more inhale here. Exhale, gently release. Take your left palm, reach around for the outside of your right ankle. Twist open, look underneath that right armpit. Press your right heel deep into the mat. And gently release. Go ahead and lower your knees. Untuck your toes. See if you can bring your feet about maybe 6 inches apart. And then widen your knees to mat distance. Slowly start to drop the hips. When you're ready, slowly start to lower down onto your forearms. If you are ready, option to extend and lengthen towards the top of the mat. Take a final deep inhale here. And gently release. You're going to come forward onto your forearms. Go ahead and step back 1 foot at a time onto the hips, onto the belly. We're going to come into Cobra, but a really good deep back stretch. So in this position, you're going to bring your palms back maybe about 4 inches and press up until you feel your spine at whatever comfortable position that works for you right now. You want to be able to soften your glutes, keep your elbows in tight, press deep into your palms. Take a deep inhale. On your exhale, gently release. Put a bend in both of your knees, reach around for the tops of your feet. Deep inhale here. On your exhale, press your feet into your palms. Lengthen up towards your toes. See if you can come up onto your hips here. One more inhale. Exhale, gently release. Pull your heels towards your bottom. Stretching the quads, active stretching. Hold here for 2 more breaths. Gently release. Lay on your favorite side. Bring both of your palms by your side, palms facing up. Take a deep, expansive inhale here. And sigh something out. You have the option to stay here for the meditation in the sound bath. You have the option to adjust in any other position if you feel more comfortable on your back. Laying on your stomach specifically feels a lot more like sleep and rest. And it's a posture that we usually don't end in yoga. So definitely take advantage if this feels good for you. You're softening your breath, a few more exhales, a few more inhales. Just really indulging, giving yourself more and more permission to relax. We're going to start with a body scan, softening your toes and your heels. Soften from your ankles to your knees. Relax your thighs and your glutes. Soften your lower back and your belly. Softening your fingers and your hands. Releasing your elbows and your arms into the mat. Then allowing your shoulders to melt all the way into the mat. Releasing any tension in your neck. If you need to readjust your head a little bit to find more comfort, go ahead and do that. Softening your jaws, create some space between your lips. Let your lips part a little bit. Soften your eyelids. Soften the space between your eyebrows. Take a deep inhale through your crown. And softly release. So I'm going to hopefully enhance your experience with sound frequency. So these bowls are in different notes, and we have the crown, we have the throat, and we have the solar plexus today. So definitely working on consciousness, working on authenticity and speaking your truth, and working on the sense of self, the power that is you. Just acknowledging and reminding yourself that you have nothing to do, you have nowhere to be. You can relax into complete stillness. Should any thoughts come to your mind, you can invite them to leave with a deep inhale. On your exhale, soften and release that thought, return back to your breath. slowly take a deep inhale and sigh something out from your mouth. Just start to connect with how you feel, how rested you feel, spiritually, energetically, mentally, how calm. And make an imprint on yourself so you can drop back into this throughout the week whenever you need to. Slowly start to move your fingers and toes. Start to open your eyes. And when you're ready, roll onto your back. And slowly bring both of your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your body. Hug yourself like you love yourself. Start to make a commitment to yourself. What is the promise to rest this week? What is it that you're going to make sure that you do for yourself to feel rested throughout this week? Well, next week. And once you have that intention, that promise, that commitment, slowly start to make your way up into a seated position. Okay, we'll take a deep inhale together, both palms above the head, palms together to touch. Gently close your eyes, pulling your thumbs towards your third eye as we ask for more guidance from our intuition. Thumbs to the lips for more truth when we speak. Thumbs to the heart space for more unconditional love and compassion for ourselves. Namaste. You can take yourselves off mute.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that felt really good.
That was wonderful.
That was amazing. Thank you.
I'm so happy that you feel that way. And it's so, I rarely teach restorative classes. And whenever I do, it's a personal reminder to myself to rest because I'm all power flow, go get it, develop the practice, stretch, get into this pose. And it's such a loving thing to do something gentle and give yourself permission to not have to go that mile. So I'm glad that y'all felt that. Do you have any questions?
No, how do you recommend that we kind of continue with this practice? Do you have any recommendations?
With me, of course, every Tuesday. So Armani will be sending out a follow-up email, and every Tuesday I do a virtual class that is hip openers, deep stretch, and it's more of a power flow, but it's definitely longer holds. It's not like a workout type of thing, but you really will see yourself grow throughout your practice. And I include the sound bowls. We do meditation. And that's every Tuesday at, I think it'll be 5:20 your time, 7:20 my time. And if that doesn't work for your schedule, you can still join and I send the recordings after. So you can come as many people you want to. Oh yeah. And I also do private. So if there's something in particular you want to heal, move through, we can coach you through that and get you through that. Or if there's a particular pose that you want to see yourself get into, I do private training as well.
Okay. I'll join you on Tuesdays. Thank you.
I will see you on Tuesday. Anybody else have questions? Amazing. Well, I hope you ladies have a beautiful day. It was so nice to spend time with you, and we'll send you that email and I'll see you guys in a future class.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Amani, do you have any closing remarks?
Just saying thanks for everyone for coming, and looking forward to Nicole's classes next week. So we have Monday at 4:30 and Thursday at 5. Yes, I think Nicole's other class is Thursday at 5, and then we also have a studio hour, which is a journaling session happening at 4 o'clock. No, 5 for journaling, 6 for Nicole. So yeah, I'll make sure I send all of that in the email and put Jazz's information in that email as well. So Thank you so much for joining. And yes, we'll be in touch. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye.